Yeah. Hi there, I'm Lottie Whittingham from Metal Temple, and I'm at the HMV Forum with Charlotte Wessels from Delain today, who you're going to perform here with Sabaton tonight. So how is the tour going so far, Charlotte?
Well, we just had our first 30 gigs, and first gigs are always a bit more complicated, testing everything out. We got some new technical stuff with us as well. So. But we're really getting into it. Yesterday we were playing in Tilburg, which is in Holland, so it felt a bit like a home audience, and the response was great. So we're really looking forward to this gig in London here. It's been a while since we performed here. We did sold out headline tour some time ago, but we didn't go to London.
Sure.
So really looking forward to tonight. It's a beautiful venue.
So you got two new technical aspects of the show. Are we allowed to know what they are?
Well, it's not something that you guys will actually notice. It's more like, you know, our monitor systems and that kind of stuff. And everybody's got to find their place again. So, yeah.
And is there anywhere else on the tour you're looking forward to going back to, for the first time?
It's kind of nice that we started in Holland and we will end in Holland as well, so we'll be very close to home on our last gig, which is very nice. And we'll be heading to Paris soon, and I'm looking forward to performing in Paris. You know, despite the circumstances at the moment in Paris, it's always been a great city for us to perform, so I'm really looking forward to seeing all those people.
You also, last year was quite big for you. You played at Wembley Arena, and
oh my god. Yes.
I was at that show and it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that was pretty nerve-wracking though. Yeah, it was a big gig, and it was very successful, so I'm very, very happy about that.
That's so we could see a Delain takeover in 2015.
I hope so.
Just want to get on to the last person I interviewed was Anne from Hellion. We spoke about female-fronted metal and whether we thought it was a harmful term or not. What do you think of the term female-fronted metal in general?
I'm not sure if it's a harmful term. I do think that it doesn't say an awful lot, because when it comes to metal is a very broad genre. So you can have two metal bands doing something entirely different, and you can have people debating over whether it's metal at all. And then the only thing that female fronted metal says is that it is a style of metal within, you know, that very broad category, and that the person who's fronting it has a specific gender. Yeah. But it still could be anything. Like a term like, you know, symphonic metal or death metal or whatever. It says a lot more about the actual style of the music. So I don't necessarily think that it is harmful. I do think that it's maybe a bit silly. Yeah. There are people who just, you know, people who are maybe more into the visual aspect and like to watch a woman on stage. Maybe for them it is a very useful term, but for me, I guess not so much. And of course, I guess what most people who think it's a harmful term are referring to is the fact that women are present in metal. It used to be kind of a special situation. Yeah. But by now, of course, there is many of us in the scene. And maybe the term female fronted metal still makes it seem like we're kind of outsiders that don't really belong there. So I can't imagine how people would say it's harmful. No. I like to go for practical solutions, so I would not necessarily say it's harmful. I would just say it's silly.
Fair enough. One of my other colleagues at Metal Temple had a question about the song "The Tragedy of the Commons," one of your songs on the Human Contradiction, particularly about Alyssa being a guest vocalist with the song's theme and her being quite a well-known activist. Was that a conscious decision to have Alyssa? We
wanted to have her guest on the record, and there was a part in this song which we could really hear her doing. She did it perfectly, and the fact that the lyrics were, well, as they are, I think made it an extra good match for her, because we wanted her on the record, and I think it's nice knowing her personality and knowing that she's very activist about a lot of things. Well, we wouldn't want to make her sing anything that doesn't fit with that. So if you have a song that has these lyrics, which would go with that, then yeah.
That's fine. Sort of stray away from the musical stuff briefly. You know, it's like January, and people wanting to. It's like over here in the UK, people. It's like the craze about people wanting to shed the unwanted holiday weight. Is it that crazy? Is it as crazy in the Netherlands?
Well, I tried going to the gym before the tour, and I went back straight away because it was just too busy. Like normally, you don't see anyone, and. So yeah, it is kind of like that. For me personally, I lost a lot of weight when we were on tour in America because I couldn't find a lot to eat that I wanted to eat when we were over there last time. I really have to prepare better next time. Yeah. And over the holidays, I kind of went back to my weight of before that. So I'm like, I'm fine. But yeah, in Holland, I guess it's everywhere. You know, in the end,
in the Western
slimming
world,
down is a money-making thing.
Yes.
So, you know, whatever kind of excuse you can find to tell people that they've become too fat, I guess, is a valid one in that industry, and as tragic as it is.
Yes. Yeah, wherever they get
I just hope that everybody enjoyed their Christmas dinners, or Hanukkah dinners, or whatever dinners, but yeah.
You got any keep fit tips for anyone?
Well, I don't know if I should be an example for keeping fit, but you know, I do really make an effort. I eat very healthy. Yeah. I work out. I don't work out like crazy, but I go running 3 times a week, and if I feel like it, I'll go to the gym. And I personally really like yoga because it's something that's not necessarily. I think it's better for my mind than for my body, actually, but it feels like a nice balance. When you go running, you basically just act like there's a tiger chasing you, and it's not necessarily the best for also creating some calm in your head, or at least it's not for me. And to put some yoga next to that kind of balances things out for me.
Fair enough.
And I don't eat meat, and I feel better after that as well.
Fair enough. Yeah. You say you lost a lot of weight during America. Was that because the portion sizes were big?
Oh, it's also because 2 years ago I became a vegetarian, and I tried going vegan as well, and I still don't dare to call myself that because actually I do cheat quite a lot, but I just try to limit my intake of animal products, and I haven't touched meat in years, but sometimes I do eat cheese or something. So in America it was kind of hard to find proper vegan food.
They're all meat oriented.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't want to eat meat, then in a lot of the roadside grill ways, you know, whatever we end up when we're at a venue and you cannot go very far away, you get a grilled cheese sandwich. And if that's not really what you want to go for as well, then gladly we've got fabulous catering with us today, and we did an American tour before that, but that was actually the tour where Alyssa was there as well, and she would always be like, "Oh, that's where you can get vegan donuts, and that's where you get." So it was kind of convenient.
That's good.
Yeah, but no, I'm still trying to limit that as much as possible. But, it's a lot of the food there is just meat.
Yeah, so not mistaken, you're going back there with Nightwish.
Yes.
You're looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. With Nightwish and Sabaton, actually, they're on the bill as well. So we'll be joining Sabaton like for half a year.
That's pretty. How did that sort of come about? You getting onto tour with Sabaton? Because I understand you're from different record labels.
Yeah, well, basically, it's we've met them before. We played on Sabaton Open Air some time ago. We know the guys, and then it's a matter of our people getting in touch with their people.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, but it's really nice because I really like the band. And yesterday I actually got to see a big part of their set, and I enjoyed it so much. So happy to be spending. Yeah, exactly.
The tank out.
It's very big.
Get to see that tonight. I can't wait. Just go back to Wembley. When I was speaking to some of the fans after the show, they thought the set list was too short. I mean, I didn't personally think that. But do you think it was too short, too long?
Well, you don't really get to say anything about it.
No,
so,
sure.
you know, you just get your... What we did, we actually tried to get most out of it. We had parts where we wanted to play this song and that song. We actually made some songs shorter so we could play extra song, you know. We really tried to get the absolute most out of it.
Yeah.
I even tried to limit my chatting.
Aww.
So we could have the extra seconds play as much as possible within that time. So. Of course we like to play longer because especially I think the set we had back then was even shorter than the one we have now. Yeah. And it kind of felt like you're just getting into it and then you have to get off the stage. But that's why I can recommend, you know, anyone who thinks that's too short should keep an eye on our website for our headline dates because we will be coming back.
Sure, you know. No problem. Yeah. No, I didn't. I thought it was all right. I thought it was okay. Just sort of round up. I think I'm not sure if you remember, we spoke last year. I think over Skype.
Okay.
I think I was writing for a different website at the time, but yeah, it was just before you'd released the Human Contradiction as well.
In that round, yes. Okay, good.
Yeah. So that's been. I'm sure it looks like the album's been really successful as well.
I think people responded to it very positively. Yeah. I was very happy because, we might have spoken about it back then, but we really recorded this record in like a record time. Yeah. And I was very satisfied with the material, you know, even though we have spent double the time on some other records.
Sure, yeah.
But we were very happy to learn that with this approach that we've chosen for this record, you know, just taking what comes to us when we are writing and not changing it too much. That people like that. It's kind of a nice confirmation of, you know, our natural instincts. So that's good.
Well, it made one of our Metal Temple top 10 album lists. So
great.
I think it's Daniel Fox if you sort of find it on there. Maybe even link.
Check it out, definitely.
I'll put the link on the Facebook page. As well as this tour, what other plans have we got for Delain in the new year, just to sort of round up?
Well, first of all, we are going to do this tour, which is going to be kick-ass, and I hope you guys enjoy it tonight. Yeah. Now we have got some headline gigs in Holland and Germany, and after that we'll be heading to the US again with Nightwish and Sabaton. Wow. And then we've got festivals and headline gigs, and we're also already writing for our next record. Yeah. Because we're so we noticed that we're so busy with the playing live at this moment that if we wait until we really have the time to sit down and write, then we're going to have time 2 weeks before the planned release date, you know? No. So some stuff really has to happen in between. Yeah, and that's fine, actually. You really get this in the moment and in the mood of the touring and performing kind of material. So that's actually nice.
Well, thank you very much, Charlotte, for taking your time out to talk to us today, and good luck with the show tonight.
Thank you so much. It's nice.